It was a big weekend in the Jackson area at the Country Club of Jackson for the Sanderson Farms Championship. Steve Jent is the executive director of the tournament. He's kind enough to spend a few minutes with us this morning. Steve, you would have been forgiven if you had said, hey, can we do this on Tuesday? I'm going to sleep in Monday morning. But we do appreciate your time. Congratulations on a successful tournament and a new champion in Kevin Yu.
Well, thank you. When they talk about finishing strong, for us, it's not Sunday when that last putt drops. It's we still have several days of cleanup and everything like that. So you'd probably be shocked to learn that I'm sitting in a golf cart here overlooking the golf course, kind of trying to find a little quiet corner. And I've already been here for an hour. But, yeah, it was a phenomenal day, phenomenal finish. Fifth time in the 12 years of the Sanderson Farms sponsorship that we've gone into a playoff. It would have been the first win for Kevin or Bo. And just, blessed with great weather throughout the week, great crowds, and we're really excited about how the week went.
We were there on Thursday. That was the day that David Skins had the incredible round, shot 60 in the opening round. But a reminder that a golf tournament is made up of 4 rounds, not just one. Skins went on to have a pretty good week, but it's the guy that plays best over the course of 72 holes. And I thought the drama that you had on Sunday coming down the stretch was real. It wasn't manufactured drama. You've got Kevin Yu, who ultimately wins it. Bo Hostler's in the mix. Lucas Glover's in the mix. Keith Mitchell's in the mix. Alex Smalley and Bud Cauley and Daniel Berger, who had a stretch of holes on Saturday that probably kind of doomed him for the weekend. It really was compelling golf for the final round yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. And you throw Lucas Glover in there and, several others, right? That, we were excited about our field from the very get-go. Ricky probably didn't do enough early on, but he got kind of towards the mix and towards the end, and Ricky Fowler, that is, and Matt Kuchar was here for the first time since 2007. So I think Saturday there's a pairing of Luke List and Mackenzie Hughes, our last 2 champions playing together. They actually played together for 3 of the days, but Saturday was they just matched their scores. But it was. I think the PGA Tour's old tagline of "These guys are good." I mean, we had 132 of the best players in the world. It's going to come down to the very end. There's several guys there that you mentioned separated just by a couple strokes, and it was a lot of fun to watch for sure.
22 players walk away with a check for $100,000 or more, including Kevin Yu's first place prize of almost $1.4 million. That made in part largely because of the support of Wayne Sanderson Farms through the years. I feel like you missed an opportunity, Steve, to break some news on Thursday when we sat down with you. The announcement coming later in the weekend that despite some of the news that had been out there about Sanderson backing away as the presenting sponsor of this tournament, an announcement that for at least another year they are going to continue in this role. What a massive piece of news for this golf tournament going forward to have Wayne Sanderson Farms continuing as your presenting sponsor.
Yeah, that was big for us, and you'd probably not sure you believe me, but I would tell you when we did sit down on Thursday that there's still some things to work out. So it really did all kind of come together within the last week to 10 days of 2 weeks here to kind of putting together that final deal for us to be able to announce it Friday. But yeah, it's I think the new ownership group led by Clint Rivers has really come to, love what this tournament does for the Children's of Mississippi Hospital, for the community, for the economic impact. And, we had to kind of see where the PGA Tour was going to be in 2025 before we could look at some numbers and some things. So, but yeah, I think our partners have all looked and said, hey, this is really, really, really great for Mississippi and for health care and a lot of different charities. And we need to do this again for at least one more year.
And Steve, I don't want to go too far down the business side of this, but to me it speaks to the way that the golf tournament is run. I mean, it's easy to say, okay, there's a really successful Mississippi-based company that sees the value in this because of the relationship with Children's of Mississippi and the other charities that are supported. But when you have a multi-billion-dollar merger between businesses, you never know exactly what the future is going to hold. And so it feels like there's been a 2 or 3 year window of almost a proving ground for your entire team at the golf tournament to show this new group with the Wayne piece of Wayne Sanderson Farms. This is what we're about. This is how we integrate with your business. This is how it's good for everybody. Am I on to anything at all there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it takes. I think you're right. I think that's a piece of it, right? I mean, it takes a team of people to put something like this together, right? So it's all the events on tour can't happen without a great title sponsor. But those title sponsors are corporate businesses that see fluctuations in their industry, right? And the poultry industry right now is doing very well. Versus when the purchase happened a couple of years ago, it was at the time it wasn't great. So, all those decisions weigh into where a company needs to be with any kind of sponsorship. I mean, it's not just the folks at Wayne Sanderson Farms. It's maybe the company that buys a $20,000 skybox package from us that, hey, 1 year it makes a lot of sense, and the next year it's hard for them to do. So I think yes. I mean, we've worked very hard for the last 12 years to put on a first-class tournament that everybody really wants to come and enjoy. And we continue to try to, make it a little better every year and tweak some things. And, again, I think they see what we've been able to do over the last 12, 13 years for charity and the state. They just know how important it is and did not want to see that end right away.
Pull a couple of business cliches at you. After action report, action items. You finish up the tournament. You've told me before that there's some immediate things that have to happen, right? It's getting the golf course in position to be able to turn it back over to the Country Club of Jackson, and all of those things. But you've told me that you and your team sit down and you talk about what went well and what could be improved on. What's that meeting going to look like this year?
I'll let you know. I mean, I haven't seen my staff's list yet. We honestly don't see a whole lot of each other the week of the tournament. But yeah, so I asked my team to think about 5 things that they think went well in someone else's area, and then 5 things that they would like to improve in their own area. And then we sit down and we go around the table and everybody kind of does one at a time. And, I think we're just right now we're everybody's running on fumes. And like you said, we still got 2 or 3 days. This week is about getting stuff off the golf course, clubhouse today being the first priority, but then getting signage and everything off the golf course and getting everything back to the membership. But, I think crowds were great. Weather was great. We nitpick some things behind the scenes just because we try to really, really want it to be, as close to perfect as we can. So I think a lot of great things with the volunteers, a lot of great things with hospitality, but there'll be some things we look at. For example, I've moved the grandstand for spectator grandstand on the 15th green kind of to give a better viewing angle for the spectators. So it's I don't know. I will. And we talk in a couple of weeks. I'll let you know what my staff's list was.
That'll be good. Certainly look forward to that. Kind of in closing and putting a bow on this, one of the things that has been repeatedly the case is the golfers really like this golf course because of the conditions it's in, because of the way the greens roll. Did you get any of that feedback this year, or is that something where they've told you it's good so many times they don't feel like they've got to say it anymore?
No, we talk about that a lot, and I all week long I ask a lot of questions of players. Right? How's the food and player dining? I ask caddies how are things in the caddy lounge. But if the guys come off the golf course, I'm near scoring a lot of times, and I'll ask them like, how was it? What kind of shape it was? And they consistently say, man, it was just really, really good. We've done a lot of work with the fairways the last few years to get those really tight. The greens are just really consistently true and pure to these guys. So there really weren't any if they're going to complain, you hear that. But I instantly talk to them, and we really they love the golf course from beginning to end the entire week.
Steve, I congratulate you and your entire team on an outstanding tournament. Another year in the books. Looking forward to 2025, as I know you guys will get to work on that soon. Hope you can get just a little bit of downtime to relax and maybe just bask in the glow of success just for a little while.
Well, I will. We got, like I said, we got a little bit of work to do, but then I will. Trust me, I will be looking for a beach before too long.
Some beach somewhere for Steve Jent, Executive Director.
Somewhere.
Thanks so much, Steve. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks. See you soon.